A simple ask
I'm as close to speechless as possible.
for a man who's given so much.
This has never happened to me before.
Thank you for your service, and we're glad that we could be a part of this today.
Well, I want to thank you.
At 104 years old, Major Bill White says it's the sentimental things that count. It's why he called on his Stockton community to send him a few Valentine's Day cards for his scrapbook collection. Little did he know, the thank you notes would come from across the country and far beyond.
Very proud to have met you.
Yeah,
Very
David,
proud.
both of you.
More than 300,000 handwritten messages and counting
It is amazing.
from all 50 states and dozens of countries.
It's something that's just hard for me to believe.
His daughter Mary Houston says they've been busy sorting through every box and reading every card.
Very much surprised. This was not what we expected. Very honored and so appreciative to everyone for everything that they have sent.
Among the many letters Major White received, one was from the Commandant of the Marine Corps, another from the U.S. Secretary of Defense, and even from the President of the United States.
It represents the great honor that we feel being able to come here, visit you, and honor you for your great sacrifice, putting
my
on the
honor.
uniform, standing for the U.S. And we're standing for you right now, sir. So I salute you.
I thank you.
Thoughtful tributes, ones intended for a scrapbook, taking on a new meaning.
Truly an honor to meet a hero.
Summing up the legacy
You are a rock star.
and the impact
Take your picture.
of one United States Marine.
To the shores of Tripoli.
We've been talking since mid-January, around January 14th, 2020, when he slid into my DMs on Instagram. Because at this point, Sharath was living in Providence, Rhode Island, and I was living in Sacramento, California.
The bizarreness of us being on two opposite coasts never crossed my mind. I felt that he was with me. I felt that I needed to know him. I felt that I'd known him already in many ways, if that makes sense. And then we actually ended up having two amazing, beautiful virtual dates.
We would have first date conversations, talk about what we're ordering, what we like, what we don't like, things like that, during our FaceTime virtual date. COVID shelter-in-place orders were placed within mid-March, and we had 4 trips planned already. And we ended up having to cancel all of them, and instead I asked if he would come visit me in Sacramento, and then we could quarantine in a hotel and, you know, make sure that we were together, we were still getting to know each other. We're forced to have those deep, you know, intellectual conversations to get to know each other more. It helped us, you know, finalize how much love we had for each other.
Slowly. That's beautiful.
Right from the moment that I met him, you know, our presence with each other has always been there, even in our physical absence. And I think that's huge. And it's such a testament to both our lives' trajectories, and to kind of end with saying that, you know, love does truly always win. You know, it just does.
Yeah.
The set is built. The carefully chosen props are in place. All that's missing from this recreation of a Southern kitchen and living room is the company. This is the set of a play called Byhalia, Mississippi that was in the middle of its 6-week run early last year at B Street Theater.
It had opened to great reviews.
When the pandemic took center stage.
We slowly shuttered the building. We closed that show.
Dave Perini is artistic producer at B Street Theater, which moved into this new state-of-the-art complex on Capitol Avenue in 2018.
We're definitely part of the fabric of the community of Sacramento, and that connection with our patrons is very strong. And we knew going dark for however long, we couldn't sever that.
So when the stage lights had to go dark, the theater and its company of actors began creating online entertainment.
So we want to remind you that you're not alone.
We're still here. And even though we might be separated, we can still share moments together.
And when you think about it, who better to get creative than the arts community during a crisis?
Yeah. And you know, it was a real quick pivot, and it was one that in a lot of ways just came very naturally to us. You know, it's just in our nature to want to tell stories and want to entertain and also connect with that audience. Keep that connection strong.
Welcome everybody, good evening. This is our fun variety show that we do every week. I am Dave Perini, I am your host.
On the night we met Dave, he was hosting a virtual variety show along with other actors from their respective homes. It's fun, but the goal, of course, is to get back on stage. For the professional actors of B Street Theater, performing was a full-time job before the pandemic.
Some of them have had to go find jobs, you know. It's wild. Two of our incredibly talented actresses are working at a dental office. Most of them are just doing what every actor in the country's doing, which is getting by however we can. There's still voiceovers, there's still commercials, work that can be gotten.
And he says the theater itself is getting by thanks to its generous patrons. Dave has also been in touch with many other members of Sacramento's once burgeoning arts and entertainment scene.
And it looks like we're all going to be okay. Again, because of the community took care of us, you know, whether it was on a government level or just a patron level. Everybody got it, that the arts were going to get hit hard, so we got to protect the arts. So I'm confident that everybody comes back. And my suspicion is we're all going to be wildly successful because people are dying to go out and get entertained. So, yeah.
In Sacramento, Dennis Shanahan, Fox 40 News.
These are not firefighters.
Trying to get these little hot spots out, but it's looking really good.
But to Flynn McDonald, they are heroes.
We're very fortunate that we have people that have skills.
This is a home McDonald co-owns in the Etna Springs area of Napa County. With flames closing in, these strangers are making sure it does not burn.
We're gonna have a little group chat with Scott real quick.
Where is he?
He's right over there.
From the roof and on the ground, they formulate the plan.
That's it. Hey, do we know where the wet hydrant is?
First, get rid of nearby trees that could spread the flames.
Beautiful.
Others making sure tiny fires closing in don't grow larger. With water at hand and being dropped from the sky, the mission was a success. McDonald overjoyed.
Yeah, we're pretty fortunate and pretty happy about it.
Are you a volunteer firefighter? No. Okay. This is my community.
Earlier, it was a simpler job, hosing down this home under construction.
We just got to stay a community and do what we can to help each other out right now.
For Justin Young and the rest of those here, they say under normal circumstances, they would leave saving homes to the actual firefighters. But with so many fires burning, they know that backup is not coming.
You know, at this point, we're kind of feeling surrounded, you know, if you will. I mean, we got fires to the west, to the east, burning south. So it's one of those things where we just got to try and do what we can together.
Closer to the interior portion of the Pope Valley, entire hillsides are ablaze. Even in a complex of separate fires, each fire itself containing its own spot fires.
If you drove up from Sacramento, it would be understandable if you thought maybe your car suddenly turned into a time machine, taking you back to January. But this is what we encountered on the 14th day of April near Echo Summit along Highway 50. Not just a gentle spring flurry, but a heavy snowfall. On the ground, several inches accumulated over the past 24 hours. Jim Dibzak pulled over to marvel at the beauty.
So when I left Sacramento, I left probably around 4:30, and it was a beautiful Sacramento spring day. Sunny, 70 degrees probably. And then the higher up in elevation you got, the cooler it got, the low-level clouds came in, and then you got this beautiful white layer of snow covering the mountains. So it was a beautiful place to stop and take some photos and kind of capture the scenery.
Near Echo Summit, the scene of a rock slide just days ago, the road is open, and so are the vista points, providing breathtaking views of this collision of seasons. After the storm clouds made a quick exit, we visited South Lake Tahoe looking for more people to talk to about the weather. Instead, we encountered a show of nature that spoke volumes. The steam rising off a snow-covered golf course telling us tee times will have to wait a little longer. The dripping of snowmelt from a rooftop reminding us that winter is over and this landscape will likely be green again by the weekend. The birds in the trees also had a lot to say, providing background music to some stunning images captured by photojournalist Jacob Charbonneau. A last glimpse, perhaps, of winter-like weather before it officially takes flight. In many ways, it feels almost like any other opening night. Fans excited to file in and cheer on the green and gold.
Number 26, Pat Chapman!
It feels amazing to be back. I'm so happy to be back and enjoying the Coliseum once again. Go A's!
The old Coliseum is looking a little different. After a year with no fans in the stands, you may have to literally dust the cobwebs from your seat. And not far from the Treehouse Bar, an actual tree is sprouting from the stands. And then there are the COVID safety protocols. They begin outside the Coliseum, where lots A and D are reserved for vaccinations.
I got my COVID shot in the parking lot this morning. I think they're doing everything right. I spent some time at spring training, and the A's were really good about sectioning off the seats like this, so I knew it was going to be mission continued when we got here.
Tickets are sold in groups of 2 and 4. Unusable seats are zip-tied in the up position. There are some beer vendors roaming around, but if you want to order a meal, you scan a QR code to bring up a menu on your phone, then you go pick up your food when it's ready. Some fans found it user-friendly.
Select what you want. You got to register a credit card. You select what you want, then when you go pick it up, they call your number, and then you get your food, and they give it to you in this handy little bag.
Others complained of opening night glitches.
We can't get no food, we can't get no drinks, no nothing.
But above all, we found fans appreciative, happy to have the chance to boo the Houston Astros, and thrilled to once again be experiencing Oakland A's baseball in the home of the green and gold.
Oh my gosh, we're so excited. I'm so excited. I have so missed this, and we can watch it on TV, but it's just not the same, and it's so cool to be here.
So it's great to be out of the house and great to be able to get back into something that's so normal.
It's been a long haul, and we're thrilled to watch live baseball.